This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to Daily Blast Live. It's
Friday!
I've been thinking about this all week.
I'm glad you jumped in. I'm proud
She
of you.
texted me last night and was like, how do I do the Friday? How do I do the Friday?
Well, we're glad to have you on board with that. It is Friday, September 27th. I'm here with Brandon, Lindsay. I'm Tori. Al has the day off. Let's get right to it. All right, we begin with an update to the impeachment showdown, guys. The president took aim at the whistleblower, saying, "We're at war over impeachment." This was at a dinner last night in New York with U.S. diplomats. Take a look.
Whistleblower. Who's the person that gave the whistleblower the information? Because that's close to a spy. You know what we used to do in the old days when we were smart, right? With spies and treason, right? We used to handle it a little differently than we do now.
Yeah, used to handle it differently. We don't know if he's referring to killing them or what that means. Some Democrats are saying this is witness intimidation and may result in violence against the whistleblower. And we want to know from you, after everything that's gone on this week, do you, the audience, our DBL Nation, think the president should be impeached? So we're going to keep this up for a long time. Go to dblvote.com to weigh in. We always get your opinion. It's important. Now, I want to go straight to this whistleblower intimidation situation. If you all don't know, there's a lot of protection amongst a whistleblower because people want to get at them. So do you feel that the president went too far in what he said there?
I think it can be looked at as a threat, and I think that if he did nothing wrong, let the investigation play out, and then he did nothing wrong. If he did, then we'll see and move forward with formal impeachment.
Do you wish he hadn't have said that about the whistleblower, that we used to deal with spies differently back in the days?
Of course, because this is how we move forward as a country, right? We have whistleblower protections in place because somebody like that is supposed to keep us in checks and balances, right?
Exactly.
So it's uncomfortable that we're getting like these idle threats.
Yeah, I also want to bring this up. This is the New York Times. I get it every day, and I just want to say that they also gave some more express detail about the CIA agent whistleblower, and I won't even bring it up on the show because it's too explicit.
The interesting thing is that Trump has raised $13 million ever since Pelosi said that she is launching this formal impeachment inquiry. So it just looks like it's firing up his base, and I'm worried that it's going to backlash if everything doesn't go as planned for the Democrats.
I feel you. All right. Well, right now we actually have some breaking news coming in from Dallas, where a cop charged with killing her neighbor is taking the stand in her own defense. Kelly, what do we have for the latest on this?
Tori, right now I am tracking the latest from the murder trial of Amber Geiger in Dallas. Now, the 31-year-old shot and killed her neighbor in his own apartment. She says she mistakenly went in thinking it was her place and shot him because she thought he was an intruder. Tori, I've been watching this all day, and Geiger just took the stand in her own defense. Listen.
I hate myself every single day. I feel like I don't deserve the chance to be with my family and friends. I wish he was the one with the gun that killed me. I never wanted to take an innocent person's life. And I am so sorry. This is not about hate. It's about being scared that night.
Tori, Geiger says she thought she parked her truck on the 3rd floor after her 13-hour shift, but she actually parked it on the 4th floor. She says she was on the phone with her patrol partner at the time, the man she was having an affair with. I'll keep you updated.
Thank you, Kelly. So we just want to mention again the name Botham Jean is the man, the gentleman that lost his life, and I think we want to make sure. What, I'm sorry?
John.
Oh, Botham John. Thank you, Kelly. But we want to make sure we have that out there instead of just a nameless person. How do you feel about this, Brandon?
You know, when I first heard about this, I think all of America was outraged because at first we thought there was some sort of racism involved. After hearing her testimony, I kind of understand where she's coming from, but at the same time, I don't want to hear self-defense because she also testified that she was yelling, that the man was yelling, hey, 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 in an aggressive manner. It's my house.
Right.
I'm sitting here eating ice cream at my house and you walked into my house. So that just goes to show if she gets off, a lot of people are going to be upset that the white woman took the stand, had the crocodile tears, and was like, this big black man was like, hey, 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 aggressively, so I had to shoot. I want everyone to keep in mind that this is this man's house. He was in his apartment.
Doing absolutely nothing
Doing
wrong.
absolutely nothing.
Why plead self-defense? Why not just say manslaughter? If she's admitting I made a mistake, why not go there?
That's what I said. People have gotten in accidents before where they hit somebody crossing the street and haven't gone to jail, maybe community service, but going with self-defense is the part that offends me.
Yep.
And it's like the crocodile tears, just like you said, I don't believe her. So.
Yeah, I didn't see it. Well, we'll see how you feel. Prince Harry is actually following in his mother's footsteps, literally. Look at this. The Duke visited a former minefield in Angola wearing body armor. Harry walked through a partially cleared portion and set off a controlled explosion. Princess Diana walked through the exact same minefield 22 years ago. Shortly before she died, her actions in 1997 captured the world's attention, solidifying her place in our hearts. This has gotten me really emotional. Princess Diana did a lot of things as the first. I love this picture. This is her holding the hand of a AIDS patient without a glove. And I cannot explain to you how important this photograph is.
You're really getting choked up.
Yeah,
You're
and
really
this, she went in, took the picture, had the press, and purposely took the glove and didn't have it on. That is the first time a person with dignity held a person of AIDS and said, this is not contagious this way. Leaps and bounds she moved forward. She also got people to join a anti-landmine treaty right after she walked through that landmine. So huge ups to Princess Diana.
And the sad part is that Diana died only a few months after there was actually an international treaty banning landmines.
That was
so
it.
That's the part that sucks. And I think that by her son going in there and representing the same message that his mom did is really powerful.
Yeah, I look at this as a legacy photo because as a parent, you know, I'm not a parent or anything, but it's all about leaving a legacy for your children to kind of follow your path in a way and really take the reins and it's like do great things. I just think about my family, like my father, and how I followed his footsteps and my brother's coaching with him now at the William and Mary, and like I look at my uncles right there, and they're the reason why I picked up a football. They're the reason why when I wanted to quit football and I thought that, hey, I'm getting cut, you know, my knees, they were like pushed through. It's a family legacy thing, and now the time has been, it's time for me to pass the torch down to my nephew. And my brother passing that torch down to the nephew. So when I see the prince walking in that landmine like that, it's all about legacy. Wow. So
I'm proud of you. Good for
thank you.
Why do you think I love the law so much? My nerdy dad. I just agree with you.
Why do you think Lindsay loves earrings so much?
Yeah, I love these. They're amazing.
Who can I blame that on?
No, just yourself. I love it. All right, when you gotta go.
You gotta go.
But things did not end well for a passenger who really had to use a restroom on an Alaska Airlines flight. And the flight actually had to be diverted. Here's how it all went down.
You wrong. While making 7 people wait here to use the bathroom while the whole bathroom up there is empty is wrong. I don't care how much money you got. It ain't about money. We trying to use the bathroom. So they'd rather let the bathroom be empty up there and let 8 people wait in line to use the bathroom while 2 bathrooms are empty in the front. And he gonna come to me telling me he gonna call the police?
But things got heated, and the man actually was arrested after allegedly trying to storm the cockpit and making verbal threats. Now, I researched this, and I've heard there was verbal, but maybe he didn't rush the deck, so there's actually some controversy on this. Can I be honest? The guy had to go to the bathroom, and there was 8 people in line and wanted to use the first class. I totally understand this. Am I crazy?
Well, they tend to treat people like second-class citizens when you're not in first class.
Curtain?
But I understand that people pay hundreds of dollars or more to sit up there and have access to the bathroom and go back and forth. And I'm not saying that there should be a classism on a plane, but if you don't want to fly that plane, fly JetBlue. They don't have a first class.
I don't know. I feel like this guy was going to go in his pants, and he needed to use it. How classist of them to say no.
And that's exactly what I was thinking. Classism. Tens of thousands feet up in the air, but that kind of stuff irks me, you know, because I understand a flight attendant, you have a job to do, but it just reminded me when I was coming back from New York, the Biscoff crackers. I love the Biscoff crackers.
They are good.
And the lady, she's coming down the aisle, and she like hands me one. I'm like, ma'am, may I have another one?
Right.
And she looks at me with like little disdain and was like, if we have any extra on the back.
You know, like, you have 1,000 more.
Yeah, it's like you're acting like it's your personal stash.
But she's been on her feet all day with a lot of
doesn't matter. She was a hall monitor growing up. I can bet you.
All right,
I bet you that.
We'll find out.
I want my Biscoff crackers.
Okay, I hear you. You want Binky yesterday, now you're cracker. All right, let's check back in. I want to see how DBL Nation is voting right now. The question again, should the president be impeached? We're letting this megaphone really last so you guys can get a chance. Right now, we're getting a 56% yes, and we're getting a 44% no. That is a very close battle.
And that's
right?
out
We
of
have
300
hundreds of
something.
votes
Yeah,
coming in.
yeah.
And that looks just like the political poll.
I was going to say, does that reflect what's going on?
Exactly. They just did a poll of a bigger audience or just like a stronger group of people and got that it was 46 to 46.
Wow,
So
you guys are right on with that.
Right.
Well, keep writing in, keep voting. We want to keep it up. DBL, we are live, guys. Coming up, a Uber driver does something unbelievable for a passenger. Wait till you hear how she changed his life. And caught on camera, a stranger smooches a news reporter on live TV. Not good. We'll tell you how she's fighting back. Coming up next.
Happy Friday. We made it. Thanks for joining us here today on Daily Blast Live. I'm Kelly Schubert. As always, I'm tracking all the breaking and trending news. But right now, let's go to the desk and see what's going on with our host. Come on.
I'm upset with myself that I can't
Hey, guys.
get nailed this.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. You look beautiful.
Thank you. So did you hear the part of the story that the person she was sexting and talking to,
Was not her
it was her
husband.
partner, her patrol partner, who was married, who is married. So I think that's an interesting part of the story that a lot of us hadn't heard yet.
Usually, I'd be like, what does that have to do with anything? But had it been a black man that did that, they would have thrown all types of stuff. Just like a week after he was shot, they were trying to say, oh, he had marijuana in his apartment. What does that have to do with the price of tea in China? You know what I mean?
It doesn't have anything to do with that. That's ridiculous. But I do think it's important
they don't
to
need to
know
know
that she was clearly distracted when she parked on the wrong floor.
You're saying when I come back to it,
Sexting,
that's the
talking to him on the phone.
Okay, let me
No, she still shot a man. I mean, that's the bottom line here. She still shot and killed a man, whether it was an accident or not.
But
it
why
was
didn't
not
she just
self-defense.
own up to it?
Yeah, Tori, I wanted to make
talking.
sure you guys heard the end of the story. So the person she was talking to on the phone when she was parking was her patrol partner.
Who she's having an affair with?
Yeah.
I've heard that, and I have no problem with all that. None of that is my business. I get that. What I don't get is pleading self-defense.
Self-defense.
And infuriating.
It's someone else's property.
But remember this, it's not just infuriating us. We don't matter. It's the jury that could be really upset by that, and the judge, and that, my friends, can backfire as a defense litigation strategy.
And we've already heard
Don't
about this
say
judge.
that. And we've heard
She's
this
no
judge is
nonsense.
not a nonsense judge. So if you're saying self-defense when that poor man, Botham John, I'm sorry I said it wrong,
No, you're fine.
was
It's
literally sitting on his couch, that already has me as a juror kind of pissed off.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I do know what
We
you
have
mean.
5 black jurors, 5 Latino, and also 2 whites, and then I think a mixture. But you have a strong black community in that Dallas area. And if that doesn't go the right way, I would be imagining there'd be people in the streets.
I hope it does. I mean, the biggest thing is it might have been an accident, but it was not self-defense. DBL Nation, let us know what you think. Give us your DBL take. Bye-bye.
Welcome back to DBL. A woman just trying to do her job gets kissed by a stranger on live TV. So she decided to do something about it. But now people are asking, is she taking things too far? So before we give the chance to chime in, we want to start you by showing the kiss. Check it out.
It's been an absolutely gorgeous day out today, and it's allowing people to focus on the fun, on the music, on the okay, that was not appropriate, but it's been...
That's Sarah Rivest. She's a reporter from Wave TV in Louisville, Kentucky. She and her team decided that they weren't going to let the violation be glanced over, so she responded publicly. Here it is.
I personally didn't know how to react. I was shocked, but my nervous laughter does not equate to approval of his actions. It was an exertion of power over me, a woman trying to do her job who couldn't stop him. This embarrassed me, and it made me feel uncomfortable and powerless.
Wow. Not only did she call him out on TV, Louisville police have since charged him with harassment. Also important to note, the man did apologize to Sarah. He wrote in a letter, quote, "I was wrong to interrupt your job, invade your space, and leave you feeling powerless. I sincerely apologize and deeply regret my actions." So this has people asking, is charging the man with harassment completely fair, or does it take things too far? So we want you to go head to dblvote.com to chime in another vote. But this one's really interesting to me because as a stand-up comic, I'm around a lot of drunk people, and I would be totally fine with this. But as a reporter, I would not.
So I was a local news reporter for a long time. People did dumb things like flash you, beep their horn, and all of it was like funny, but not really. I was trying to be serious, talking about the serious story. But I saw Erykah Badu do this. I want to pull up the clip of Erykah Badu. She did this a couple years ago, and everybody was crying laughing. And so is it the same thing for a woman when she does it to a man?
Or is there a double standard?
Yeah, so let's just watch this.
Okay, let's take a look.
But in this case, LaBeouf did not have that, and LaBeouf obviously, LaBeouf obviously kept on moving.
Interesting. Wait, that's like a really good point because that is completely inappropriate, and he physically said, "Get out of my space."
Right, and then he later laughed about it, finding out that it was Erykah Badu. So, like, I just want to know, is it worth a police charge or worth just reprimanding the man, have him apologize?
Right. The other thing I want to show before I get to Brandon's point of view is this is the famous Joe Namath clip. I don't know if you guys have seen it. He was somewhat overserved. Take a look at this. This is a famous clip.
What does it mean to you now when the team is struggling?
I want to kiss you. I couldn't care less about the team struggling.
So that's a famous clip where things just got way out of hand. Do you think that they should have pressed charges?
I don't think pressing charges, but I would like them to do some sort of voluntary community service. You own up to it, you apologize,
which would seem sincere,
which seems sincere, and then you find a way to make this right, because it seems like Broadway Joe and the other guy were intoxicated, but there's still no excuse for their behavior. But I have to commend, I have to give props to the reporter because she kept it going. She was a professional. And like you said, Lindsay, you've done local news, and I do stuff with the New York Giants. It's usually those darn Eagles fans that hop all up in the camera or whatever, but you're trying to do your job. Me, I kind of wait and I call that person out in front of everybody. I'm like, oh, everybody look at that guy,
but you would never press charges.
I don't think I would never press charges.
But saying that might open up the door to somebody going even further, and then yes, I think we could look into pressing charges because you know, how far are you going to go?
Yeah, well, big ups to Sarah Orvest because she really just called it out and said this is inappropriate.
Yeah.
She didn't go crazy, just said this is in my space. So I totally appreciate that. The vote is, whoa, 80% of you thought it went too far.
In terms of the charges, filing for charges
harassment
is too far.
charges. Oh, I'm sorry, harassment charges went too far. Interesting. You'd have sort of laughed it off. All right, guys, we have this new story about Felicity Huffman. Her daughter is getting a second shot at school. Raquel Villanueva, what's going on?
Well, Tori, her daughter Sophia can actually take the SAT again. Felicity was just sentenced to 2 weeks in prison after paying $15,000 to rig her daughter's first SAT score. Since there's no proof Sophia was involved in any way, she's getting a chance to take the test again. Reports say Sophia wants to go to college, and nothing is stopping her from doing it the right way.
Well, that's great. That's what we wanted from the first place.
Right. It's not really, you can't blame her mother's actions on her. So.
No, just don't cheat and don't lie and don't take pictures and don't do what you did. And I'm so mad about this whole situation.
Take the ACTs, not the SATs.
I was so bad at the math section.
At the ACTs?
Oh, no, the SAT.
Yeah.
If Linda was on a train coming at 3 p.m. and Barney was, I don't know. I don't care. Call each other. Coming up on DBL, an Uber driver goes above and beyond for one of her passengers. What inspired her to give back in remarkable ways? You got to stay tuned for this when we come back.
DBL Nation, I'm reading these comments on YouTube right now, and everyone, it's Friday.
No, there's some good topics, dude.
Hi, everyone. But they're going after each other. They're going after each other.
Is it Tony Godden?
But Tony,
or Godden, I always
Tony, you're a troll, bro. You are a troll. But you know, we love when you all write in, and you know, so don't. Okay.
That's what he wants.
We love you all writing.
We love you guys back.
But let's talk about Broadway Joe. Let's keep talking about this the harassment thing.
It said that they're taking it too far?
Yes, but the charges were taking it too far.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
80%.
That's what we're talking about today.
Yes,
Yeah.
80%.
I think it's terrible.
I do too.
I think the question is, though, what are the charges? What is the actual punishment?
Nothing. I think this embarrassment is enough. I think him being
There's
embarrassed.
no consequence there. There's got to be a consequence.
There's got to be consequence.
I agree. What do you charge him with?
Assault.
No charges, but just that person.
What do you think? You were a reporter. We were both reporters.
I wouldn't
We've
have
had this happen
charged.
to us. What do you think? Would you charge him?
You would have laughed it off.
Yeah, I laughed it off, but I also.
But you have to laugh it off because you're on camera.
Live TV.
You're on live TV. You have to laugh it up at that
But
point.
even afterwards, I didn't think about it twice. It's like, okay, what an asshole. Move on.
Yeah,
You
you're
know?
not going to ask for him to be charged with assault. Are you?
I'm sorry.
What did she say?
DBL. Today's Hard Threads is all about an Uber driver who changed the life of a veteran. Watch how this chance encounter between strangers is setting an example for others.
After dropping off an elderly veteran at his dirty and neglected home, this Uber driver brought friends together to clean for him. Lauren Mulvihill picked up 89-year-old Ronald Debner from the hospital. When she dropped him off, she was horrified by the conditions of his home. She spent hours trying to find someone to help, but his wife and 2 sons had passed away, leaving Ronald all alone.
And I was like, do you have anybody that's coming back out here to help you? Do you have anybody that checks on you? And he said no, he has absolutely nobody.
So Lauren started cleaning herself and asked her Facebook friends for help. Friends turned out by the dozens to tidy up and rip out carpets.
Friendship, to be together with people who care. I just don't have the words to explain how grateful I am.
She gets 5 stars for going above and beyond the Call of Duty. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought.
Hey guys, welcome back to Beauty Blast. I'm Jeray Banks, and today we're talking a little bit about red light beauty tips. Now, these are all my professional tips and secrets to make your life a little bit easier, queen. So with that being said, my trick of the day is actually shopping for your beauty products at great times of the year. So a couple times of the year that I like to focus on shopping are going to be when the shopping sales happen. Yes, guys, this is the best time to stock up on your personal kit and even buying a couple other items. Now, a couple sales that I like to pay attention to are the Rouge Beauty sales at Sephora. These guys are great for Sephora members. This happens about twice a year, in which you're receiving 15 to 20% discounts from Sephora on products that are there. Now, this never happens in cosmetics. Sales just don't happen all that often in general. So you have to take advantage of it when it happens. Another great sale that I love to go ahead and take advantage of is the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale. Now, we're actually just coming to the end of the 21 Day of Beauty sale that happened this month in September, but it actually happens twice a year. This happens in March and September for 21 days, in which each day a different beauty product is 50% off. Yes, honey, you heard that right. 50% off. So this month, there was products such as Peter Thomas Roth Anti-Wrinkle Serum. There was Hope in a Jar from Philosophy, a cosmetic superhero mascara, Tarte Blush. The list goes on, my friends. So you have to make sure that you're looking at these times of the year and looking for these sales. Another tip I have is always make friends with someone in the cosmetic industry or someone in that cosmetic arena. So wherever beauty store you like to go to, find a friend, make friends with them. Don't be a fake friend. Actually get their number, text them, say holla at me girl, and ask them when the next beauty sale is happening, and they're sure to have your best interest in mind. Now, if you guys have more beauty questions, make sure to write me at Jeray for the Slay, and I'll be sure to answer your question on the next Beauty Blast. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.
makes our show unique and unlike anything else in daytime is we're telling you the truth. This is the way we feel. We're not sugarcoating an answer just because social media tells us to think this way.
A lot of times it comes back to just that people want to be acknowledged, and we're able to acknowledge our viewers in a very real way.
So God forbid there's a shooting or we landed on Mars, I have someone I'm working through this with.
But one thing I love about DBL is our diversity. You see a panel of people from all different walks of life, and that has helped me shape my perspective.
For multiple hours every single day, we do live television. Well, what are some of the benefits from that? The chemistry developed between the hosts. I mean, you can't buy this.
You don't have time to rehearse. You don't have time to have a second take. You can't edit what you're going to say, so you just have to be off the cuff and let your hair down, so to speak, and I think that is what makes us so unique.
I don't know what Alice talk about. We bought this chemistry. I still got the receipt.
Chemistry.
I still got the receipt.
I really like this kid. I'm really pretending.
I feel like you're on the edge with Brandon. Yeah, that happens to us all, don't worry. Well, welcome back to DBL. It's time to honor our DBL Superstar of the Week. I love this story. This Kentucky teacher, by the way, we love our teachers, went above and beyond to make sure a student with a physical disability didn't feel alone on a field trip. Jim Freeman carried 10-year-old Ryan Neighbors on his back using a special harness so she could explore a state park like the rest of her classmates. There's the picture. Ryan has spina bifida, and she normally uses a wheelchair to get around. The photos of Jim's kind gesture have gone viral. Ryan's mom said she feels so blessed that her daughter could be included. And having a,
Come on, we needed that on the Friday.
Yeah.
That's Superstar of the Week, baby.
I know, having a mom in a wheelchair at times or in a cane, and it's not a big deal, this field trip, but that's the idea. It's the common thing. She just wants to be a little kid. She just wants to be normal. She just wants to be taller.
Yeah.
My mom always says she just wants to be able to see the same way adults are seeing. It's a different perspective, so wonderful job on that.
Great job.
Yeah,
Great job.
Awesome. Mwah.
Superstar.
Hats off to you. We'll see you Monday, same time, same place. We're all fighting an uphill battle. Be good to each other. Bye, guys.